Hey guys, today's video is going to be betta fish care. So this is what I personally think. I've done research and this is also what I think compared to having bettas. So yeah, we're going to jump right into tanks. So now we're going to be talking about tanks. I don't have any, I looked around, I don't have any tanks to show you or like some spare tanks or anything. But I'm going to be talking about tanks. This is the main so about tanks. So a gallon is not going to work for any betta. You might see them living in these tiny cups, and yes, but that doesn't mean they chose to live in there. One, it doesn't mean they chose to live in there. That was the whole marketing strategy and pet store and everything like that. And second, that's not what they need. They might be sold in tiny cups. You're like, well, this 1 gallon is bigger than that cup. So, I mean, if pet stores having this thing, then pet stores are like half the time wrong. No pet store. I've never seen a pet store that fully takes care of their pets and have everything they need. Because pet stores don't give a crap. It's a marketing strategy. Which means be good to your bettas. And please do what I say. Or please get them bigger than a 1 gallon. I think for a female betta, minimum about 1 gallon. Or, not minimum. I meant for a female betta, 2 gallons minimum. And for a male betta, 2.5 or more. If it's a bigger male, then I recommend 3. Like my male's pretty big, so I recommend 3 gallons. But if it's just a medium-sized male, then probably about 2.5. Now we're going to talk about water conditions. Here we go. So I'm going to be talking about water, and this is what a big thing helps me. So we're going to talk about, you can't just put normal tap water into your tank. That will instantly kill your fish, like that. So, you need some type of safe. I use Betta Safe. This is really good water conditioner for the reason of you can use other water conditioners, but this one is especially made for bettas because bettas, can live in smaller tanks. So if you have like a 1, a 2, or not a 1, a 2, a 2.5, a 3, anything like that, and use this. That's really good because it's 7 drops per gallon, which is really good. So you can't just put normal tap water. You need to use a safe. So yeah, and they really don't cost that much. So yeah. Another thing that you can use to help you, because you need to let your water sit out. You can't just put your Betta Safe, clean out your tank, and do that. Because it's not the right temperature, and your fish will either die or really get shocked and stop eating or something like that. So what you're going to want to do is to help you measure these little spring water, distilled water, whatever they are. You save them after they're done. This could help you because this is 1 gallon. So you'll fill it up with your tap water, put 7 drops in it, let it sit overnight, and then you can put it in your tank tomorrow for about 24 hours and let it sit overnight time, and then you'll have ready water to go. This can help you with measuring. So yeah, I really recommend using both of these items. So now about cleaning out your tank. This is one of the silent killers. It kills your fish right away. It's really just a stupid mistake that we all don't mean to do. So I'm going to explain to you how you do it. So when you just go out, especially you think with a smaller tank, just dump out the water, clean out everything, put it back, put your ready to go water, and boom. Your fish will be happy for years and just keep doing it. Well, actually, you can't do that. I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because betta fish don't need filters or anything. So a lot of people just have their standard cute tank and everything, and they clean it out. And when you clean it out and put new water in there, even though it is has its water conditioner sitting out, doesn't make it the fact that you're basically starting up a whole new tank. Because if you haven't heard, I'm not going to go through the whole nitrogen cycle. When nitrogen cycle is something your tank needs to go through before it's ready for a fish. When you completely clean out your whole entire tank, nobody's fault, but it just happens. When you completely clean out your entire tank, you're basically starting up a brand new tank. There's no dirty water, there's no bacteria, there's nothing in there. You just completely cleaned it out. Then you're putting a fish in there, hasn't went through the nitrogen cycle, and your fish is gonna go dead. So yeah, please do what I tell you and don't completely clean it out. And here's what you need to do. So you can buy one of the siphons and siphon out half the water, and then have your ready-to-go water send out for 24 hours with your Beta Safe and fill it up, because they don't need completely cleaned out tank. They're not going to die out without it, and you keep doing that about every week, and your fish will be healthy. Or if you don't want to buy a siphon, you can just use like a water bottle and like take out the water, or so I'm trying to find what I have in my bucket here. Or you could just use a cup and scoop out water, pour in the sink, and do about where you get about half of your tank. And that could work as well too. Getting out your fish, what you're going to want to do is save your cup, and then you're just going to buy one of these dollar nets, catch them really nicely because it can't hurt their fins, catch them really nicely, take them out, and you're good. Okay, now to kind of talk about the water, I'm going to talk about heaters. There's a mixed emotion about heaters, and this is what I personally think. I live in Florida, so I don't live in a cold place or anything. And even when it's like Christmas time and winterish, it doesn't get cold. It might get a little cold outside, but it's not extremely cold, where my beta fish don't need a heater. And that depends. If you live in a warm place like Florida, then yeah, you don't need a heater. But if you live in a cold place, maybe only summers it's hot, then you need to buy a heater. Like Indiana, Chicago, Colorado, things and places like that. Or Alaska. You know what I mean? Places like, it doesn't even have to be that cold, just normal places like that. And when it gets really cold there, then you need to have a heater. But if you live in a warm place, even when it's like Christmas time, around winterish, and Florida where I live, it does not get extremely cold, so you really do not need a heater. Something I really would recommend though to know how your tank is a thermometer. This will tell you the temperature, and maybe if you think you don't need one, then you buy this and a couple days later it's not a temperature to be, then maybe you should buy a heater. Mine is always around that green center where you want it to be, and that's a really good thing. If it's at the green center, that means that is good. You want it, if it's in the green center, you preferably want it about 80. But 20 is fine too, but preferably you want it at 80 in the green area or higher in the green area, and you'll be set to go. And that means you don't need a heater. Okay, now we're done about water. We're going to talk about filtration. You don't need filtration. Your fish can thrive a little more, but you don't need filtration. If you're going to do anything, I say do it. Air pump or really low filter. I do just because I like it. It's easier to clean, and you can do all that, but you really don't have to use a filter. Now we're going to talk about decorations and everything like this. This is not that hard. You could use gravel. I just have a whole bunch of my gravel right here. I actually took out my gravel because I didn't want gravel anymore. I wanted like a natural. But you can't just use this colored gravel. You don't want to take any rocks outside because that can hurt your fish. But you can just use normal gravel like this, or you can use sand. This is just regular aquarium sand. This is what I use in my tanks. I think it looks really nice if you're going for more of a natural theme. And about decorations, basically, I really advise you to use silk plants or light plants. A lot of plants can hurt their fins, but to know for any decorations, you basically take a nylon, rub it against your plant, or whatever decoration it is. If it rips a nylon, you don't have to do hard. If it rips the nylon, then that means that it would rip your beta's fins. Now we're going to talk about food. This is what I feed mine. I really recommend Omega 1 Beta Buff pellets, and inside it just looks like these little pellets right there. And I really recommend Omega 1. It's a really good pellet. And now I'm just going to focus this. Okay? And I really recommend Omega 1, or you could use like Aquarium Tropical Flakes. It's not as good protein, but you can also use that. Now I think it is the last topic, which is, can I put my beta fish with another beta fish together? And the answer is, dun da da dun, no. And here's the reason why. Betta fish are also known as a fighting fish. I can't remember the name, but it's something fighting fish. And they cannot be put together with bettas. Now, the only other thing you could do, males can't be with other males or females or whatever unless you're doing breeding, but to do breeding you need to be in a very advanced fish keeper. Another thing you could do is do a female betta sorority. Those females are the only ones that can actually be with other bettas. But the thing is, again, you're going to need to be an experienced keeper. So please don't do it, or else there's going to be fighting involved. So unless you're completely sure that you could do it, then do it. But if not, don't do it. And that sums up my video for you guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I love you guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. I love you guys.